Good afternoon. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. You're tuning into OBC Radio, Second Chances for the Forgotten Voices. We're here this afternoon to speak about what's going on in Jamaica. Well, so far I've not heard about any debt. I could be wrong, but if I am, I would appreciate you guys. Let me know. Now, Unto honest, have yet to see or hear of any preparedness for what should happen in Jamaica in regards to the citizens who are worried and the concern, and many have been traumatized. We would like to know what it is that you have in store for the citizens. Quite a few, as we can say, many infrastructures has been damaged. What will happen to those citizens who can't go back into their houses or to their business place? What it is gonna take place for what to come? Because it seems like there's a trend whenever there's an earthquake in California, always follow up in Jamaica. Now there's a huge earthquake that is supposed to take place. When is that earthquake in California?
San Andreas. Oh, the one that happened the other day.
I'm just checking with my producer to confirm.
October 27th, there was a 3.7 earthquake in California, in Millbrae, California, right near San Jose.
The article that you were showing me with that huge earthquake,
That's the
San Andreas. Now, if something of that magnitude should happen in California, what will happen to Jamaica? Are there shelters for those citizens? Who is it examining the buildings before citizens actually go back inside their business places or their homes. What's happening when you're a prime minister leading the country? The disaster prepared management team, what is it they're doing? Oftentimes we see citizens get shot and there is no ambulance that come in place, excuse me, to take these citizens to get medical treatment. They're oftentimes tossed into the back of a police jeep, a police van, and being transported. They are not being placed on stretcher and get the proper medical treatment. What is it the Ministry of Health is doing when it comes to the citizens' well-being and care? Aren't those the things that should be most important in your tenure as Minister of Health, Dr. Christopher Tufton? Have you walked in the KPH, the Kingston Public Hospital, the Jubilee Hospital? Have you walked in those hospitals and see the inhumane conditions that take place in the public hospitals? And you are Minister of Health? However, you are requested and pay yourself highly from taxpayers' dollars. Doing what? What is it that you're doing? A lot have happened over the few weeks where the Speaker of the House is now the First Lady of Jamaica. What a laugh. And the opposition leader sit down quietly and say nothing. Now, as a Speaker of the House, one have to be impartial in hearing the parliamentarians. How can excuse me, how is it that the wife of the Prime Minister has become the Speaker of the House, and anything fair and impartial comes out of what? He oversees. So the wife of the Prime Minister is the Speaker of the House. Their friends and colleagues is the Deputy, the DPP, Miss Paula Lewin, Now, with all the corruptions that has been going on in the country, with the Prime Minister's wife as the Speaker of the House, when the Prime Minister is one of the six that is being investigated, how is it that the opposition leader or the opposition party sit quietly and allow the Jamaica Labour Party government to extend the DPP tenure when she have already served her tenure and illegally continue to serve over the period of years up until recently, which was granted an extension. Now, notice they gave her only a 2-year extension because, of course, within 2 years, there will be a new party in power. So, the extension is to cover their asses for all the corruptions they have been doing. Because if charges should be made on these corrupt politicians, it is left slowly in the hands of the DPP, to say whether or not he will go ahead and file charge or charges. So you see the catch-22 game that they play, and the People's National Party as the opposition leader sit quietly and say nothing. What are they opposing to? I've heard the UIC party came out and spoke out against it. Today I was listening to Make We Talk program with Mr. Jeffrey Tavares, and he spoke about the upcoming local government election, and he mentioned that the two parties, and in the instance of those words, when they came out of Mr. Tavares' mouth, I quickly acknowledge that we are also one of the problem as media personnel, because Jamaica is not or no longer a two-party country, and we need to stop blacklist the UIC party and give them the same public speech that they deserve. Too often we speak of just the P, and I heard a caller calling and spoke in regards to it. And for some reason, I don't know why Mr. Tavares got upset. I tried to call him, but I mean, as speakers or journalists or bloggers who have quite an impact We got to not just, I know it's highly seems that the People's National Party is gonna take power. Because people are tired of the led party by the Jamaica Labour Party led by Andrew Holness. But we are not gonna sit down. What I'm not gonna do is sit back and act as if the People's National Party is so much better. Yes, crime and violence has gone way up. A lot of things that's going on in Jamaica now wasn't going on to the degree at what it's going on now, but it has always been going on, whether it's the Jamaica Labour Party or the People's National Party. So we are not supposed to just sit and speak slowly about the EPP. The UIC party is there. And Mr. Tavares mentioned that the UIC party, when they asked Mr. Joseph Patterson, who is no longer president of the UIC party, it just goes to show how much we have been listening or knowing anything of what we speak when we speak of the UIC party. Mr. Tavares make mention that when they asked Mr. Patterson about the 63 members, he can't say anything. I don't know where that conversation came to took place. But I heard also the caller gave advice that we as journalists can reach out also to the parties, delegate and members to interview them. And Mr. Tavares mentioned that they should reach out. And the caller also asked if when Mr. Gordon came onto the Make We Talk program recently, if it was Mr. Gordon who called in, or if it was Mr. Tavares who reached out. So same way how he had reached out to the People's National Party, we should be fair across the board and reach out to the UIC party so the citizens of Jamaica can hear who they are, what they stand for, what their plans, their memorandums for the country, and who are the members. And just to inform you, Mr. Tavares, being that we're on the topic here, Mr. Joseph Patterson is no longer, or has no longer been the president of the UIC party for the past month now. The president of the UIC parties, the former chairman, Mr. Winston Wright. Mr. Joseph Patterson stands behind the party and will continue to support the party from what knowledge I've understand. But we must stop speak about just the two parties. There are three parties in Jamaica, and the three parties are getting ready, getting prepared for the local government elections. So, quite, I think more than one caller calling and so that, and I on quite a few times I've seen that we tried to shut down. Oh no, Jamaica is only a two-party country. No, it's not. We need to step away from the narrative of such. Now, I'll advise to people who are building their infrastructures, people who are builders. I mean, how is it possible that you make such a huge house and there are no steels? No steels in the house, in the walls. What do you expected from a house that huge? 2 stories and there's no steels. Come on, man. And who's going around checking and passing these things? These are what the taxpayers' dollars should be going to. We'll continue and stay tuned because I believe it's time to expose the member of the People's National Party who seduced, or should I say tried or seduced me back when I was a teenager. We spoke a lot about the Jamaica Labour Party and I told you that the People's National Party is not so clean themselves. Also, Dr. Philip Palwell, we want to say condolence to his family and the grieving family of his baby mother. Our condolences goes out to you. While we give condolences to the grieving family, we want to slap Dr. Philip Palwell in his face where he deserves it. Because I know and you know that you are not innocent of the crimes that have taken place. And for weeks, you have sat in silence while we speak and plea and beg for you to come out. Excuse me. And say something. You knew well that the baby mother, who they call baby mother number 1, was fighting for you. And as I touch my nose just now, I must say, you have a very big nose. And the baby mother number 1 was fighting for your nose. And you knew damn well that. And she made it known that she's fighting for you. Because nobody else. However, you sat in silence and said nothing, knowing that she kidnapped the baby mother and the 10-month-old child. Here, Itman, one of your Itman, killed the baby mother and then killed the child, 10-month-old child. A 10-month-old child suffer from 4 gunshot wound. My God. 10-month-old child get 10 gunshot wounds. That's overkill. Oh God. 10-month-old. A little baby girl. And her 27-year-old mother. And buried in the hills of Warwicker Hill. Many more bodies buried in that hill. And Dr. Philip Paul, you sat in silence and you knew everything that was going on. But why you were depressed? Because you never knew it was coming at your door. You never knew it was gonna come so close to you. Because this is what you give. This is how you run your constituency. For years, you got your goons. You have order. Many bodies have been in that hills of Warwicker. Hill. And you know about them and how they get there and why they were there. That's how you run things. Your baby mother, number 1, came from your stable. You know how things run. She understand the assignment and got it well. From the best, as Whitney Houston's rest her soul said. You learn from the best. The best was you. In this case, Dr. Philip Allwell. You're not innocent of what's going on, and you sat in silence while they married her. And it just goes to show how corrupt and evil you are and your goons. That the hitman that you all order hire to kill the 10-month-old baby girl and their 27-year-old mother. Y'all got worried because information was leaking out that he's gonna talk. And you all turn around by another hitman to take that man's life out. Now, as a gangster out in the street, one of your goons, he rather gave up his liberty and go behind bars and expose y'all and live a life behind prison doors than stay outside because he know how corrupt you are. Now, I understand why Mark Golding would have said, as Karen Cross have made mention, that Mark Golding had threatened you not to show foot at the 85th annual People's National Party conference because you would come with too much baggage. Now we can see the smoke, the fire behind the smoke. So when many was saying that Karen Cross was just an angry woman, angry comrade who they kick out of the party, no, there was truth. The things that she have made mention. one of them we just spoke of. Another that Lisa Anna did visit you, clean your house up, and did cook soup for you. Now we can understand why Mark Golding would want you to attend the 85th annual conference of the People's National Party. Too much baggage. But these are the people that we sit and elect to run our country. How long are we going to continue picking peas? When it comes to pastors, police, and politicians, 3 P's. Be he very careful. And I can proudly speak when I said when it comes to the 3 P's, be very careful. Police, pastor, and politicians. Rollington Town Assembly Adventist Church. Don't let me call your name, but you know who I'm talking. Very high member on the pulpit. But that's for another topic. But just to show you, be he very careful of the 3 P's. Because you're aware of politicians, you're aware of police, but many may be wondering, so how we come with the pastor? I just say it. Wake up, Jamaica. We talk too much of a talk, and we no longer walk the walk. What are we gonna do as a people? We just gonna skip from one P to the other P? Jamaica land we love. Jamaica land of wood and water. But yet still, there are so many communities in that island Jamaica that has no water. Even in Kingston, because I remember growing up in Kingston, we used to hear our neighbors crying out water as they try to take a bath or wash their clothes. Much less the rural areas. Many places in Jamaica, many communities are cut off. There is no access for any transportation. In numerous occasions, I've seen clippings of videos where the only transportation from the town to in the communities in some of the rural areas are motorcycles. What are we doing as a people, Jamaica? And our parliamentarians sit down in parliament and speaking about America should lift the embargo for Cuba. Like, when is it Jamaica issues to tell America what to do? When there is so much killing, and corruption that going on in Jamaica? Why is it the gag order isn't lift? What about the transparency that you promise, that you campaign on? Where is the transparency? Why is there a gag order on the intelligence committee? Everett Warmington, man beater. You have your wife, but you love take the anacondas in your ear. Yes, Miss Warmington. And when I say Miss Warmington, I'm not speaking of Mistress Warmington. I'm speaking of the husband, Miss Warmington. Because he's a Mr. to his Mistress Warmington, but a Miss to the men with the anaconda. When the little young boy wanted to left you, Warmington, you beat him, lock him up in the house and beat him. Oh yes. Miss Edward Warmington, we know. And it's not funny, nor that we condole any beating here in OBC Radio. But it's just a grin to let Warmington know. Yes, we know. And you know. Now you know that I know. You took Andre Stevens up in Old Stony Hill Road. We all know up there. And tell him that as a young boy that he would be writing an article for you while you tried to seduce him and having sex with him, and when he wouldn't give in, you ejaculate on him. And these are the people who are running our countries. These are the people we elect, but yet still we're quick to throw stone or shoot at other citizen, your neighbor, your friend, your brother, your nephew, your son, because you hear that he's homosexual. While we worship these elected homosexuals. And while we speak of worship, let me just say something clear. To all musicians and artists and entertainers, I'm saying this out now publicly, and I'm looking straight at you. You know, yes, you know the double life that you have been living. This is a warning to you. Any more, those songs that you have sung before will get a pass. But moving on from today's date, any new song you sing in regards any hate which towards homosexual, I will out your dirty laundries. You know who I'm speaking of. You act like you're big and bad and oh, you have all these girls because you have a long anaconda. But we know, and you know, that you like it in the rear. Now, any other songs, and if you think about it, you sing a song discriminating against what you love and see if I don't out your dirty laundry. We'll rest it there. This is OBC Radio. We say second chances for the forgotten voices. Remember, download the app in your phone from your Google Play Store or your Apple App Store. Or ask Alexa to play OBC Radio. Stream us on the World Wide Web, obcradio.com. You can also follow us on all social media platforms, X, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, OBC Radio. Here on YouTube, subscribe, like and share, and we appreciate all our listeners. This is Dr. Gordon, tuning out. Thank you for watching. Thank you